Hello, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if this is the first time that you are joining me. Amy over at Strength Reversed recently did a hashtag called tarothappiness, where she shared 16 things about the tarot that just make her happy. Now I couldn't think of 16 things, but I did want to do a VR, so I have 13 things that make me happy, and I'm going to share them with you in this video. And I'm also going to link Amy's video in the cards and in the description box below, so that you can go and check that out, because she had some really good ones in there. So there's probably some overlap, but these are the ones that I came up with for myself. So cracking straight on with it, the first thing, my number one on my list of things that bring me tarot happiness, is the smell of a brand new deck. Now if you aren't new to my channel and you have seen some of my other tarot videos, particularly my Alice, anything that involves my Alice deck from Baba Studios, you've probably seen me sniff a few cards or sniff a few books that come with cards. There is like that new deck smell that it's just amazing, and it just makes me really, really happy. And yes, it's probably not healthy to go around sniffing decks, but meh, they're my decks and it makes me happy. So I don't care. Item number two on my list is riffle shuffling. Now I know for some people riffle shuffling is sacrilege, and it's like, why would you do that to your cards? I didn't learn to riffle shuffle until I was 36, and I'm 36. Like, it's literally taken me my entire life to learn to do this, and I was determined I was going to get it, because I always think it looks really cool when you see like riffle shuffling, and it's it really messes the deck up and randomizes everything, which I really like. And I must have sat for about 3 hours, maybe an exaggeration, I don't know, learning to riffle shuffle with a normal deck of cards and then moving on to the bigger tarot cards. So once I got it, I was like so proud of myself, and I love the sound of a good riffle shuffle. So smell and sound, two very important things to me and my happiness, clearly. Item number three on my list is that moment when you suddenly just get it. You either just suddenly get a card or you get an aspect of it. So you can be struggling for a really long time to understand what a card means, or it comes up in readings and you think, I just don't get this, I just don't understand it. And then you'll read something, or someone will say something, or it'll come up in a particular reading that's really pertinent to what's going on, and it's like that little light bulb moment in your head when your brain just goes ding and you just get it, and it's just the most amazing feeling. I love that feeling. Number four, cute or whimsical imagery. Again, if you've hung around my channel for a hot minute, this probably doesn't come as a surprise. A lot of my decks are cute, or they're whimsical, or they're quite light in their imagery, and I really like that. I think the tarot can deliver some really deep, really heavy readings, and I don't think you necessarily need a deep and dark deck to do that. I like the fact that I can have these deep, heavy readings in the tarot from a light and fluffy deck that kind of softens that blow a little bit. I personally like that, and those decks make me happy. What number am I on? I didn't number these, I just put dots around that next to them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Connecting with a deck you never thought would be for you. So I had this experience recently with the Deviant Moon, where I thought bearing in mind that I like cute and whimsical decks, the Deviant Moon was a deck that I never thought I would own, I never thought I would like. I had seen other people talk about it, and I was like, I don't really know. And then Lisa at Supportive Tarot talked about it, and we have a lot of similar tastes in decks, and she really raved about it and really, really talked it up, and I was like, okay, maybe. And eventually I just kind of thought, do you know what, I'm just going to get it. If I don't like it, I'm sure there'll be somebody in the world that I can give it away to. And it was like, bam, instant connection. And that is such a fun feeling. Like, I never thought I would get that deck, I would connect with that deck, I would like that deck. And yet it's now probably my second favourite deck of all the decks that I own. So yeah, I love that feeling. Item number 6 on my list is discovering new artistic ways to see the cards. So I talked about in my Why I Own Multiple Decks video, which again I'll link in places if you want to check that out and you haven't already. I talked about how for me the tarot is a language and that different artists are communicating that language in different ways. And I love it when you get a deck that is just so unique to anything that you've ever seen before, where the artist just does something so different and so outside the box almost, and yet still manages to retain the meaning and the structure of the tarot system and still really manages to convey that language. I love that. I find a lot of excitement and joy in that, so that definitely makes me happy. Item number 7 on my list is the tarot YouTube community. That is part of my tarot happiness. So when I joined the community, I wasn't really sure what to expect. I wasn't really sure how I would be accepted into the community or how it would go, because I hadn't really spent any time like making friends or getting to know people first. I just went out there and started putting videos out, and the community's just been so warm and so welcoming, and I've made some actual genuine friends in the community, and it just makes me really happy to be part of such a wonderful, welcoming, open-minded group of people. So that's another thing that makes me happy. I'm going to stop reading numbers because I keep forgetting what number I'm on. So the next thing on my list is being able to share my tarot excitement with friends. So again, I've talked about this on my channel before. I'm very, very lucky that I live in an area that has a reasonably active spiritual community. So I have a lot of spiritual, pagan, witchy, druid, whatever friends, and a lot of them have interest in the tarot. So it's great to be able to, you know, fangirl over new decks with my friends and to be able to be so excited about something and for them to just get it. So I love that. That makes me very happy. Next on my list, reading for someone else and having them feel empowered by it. That's a biggie for me. Empowerment is a big driving force for me. It's kind of why I started studying life coaching. It's why I started really studying the tarot and that kind of stuff. I'm very big on using the tarot as a way to empower people to take charge of their lives. And I think it's great when you read for someone else, and I haven't done a massive amount of readings for someone else, but when you read for someone else and you know you have those emotional reactions and they have those moments where you think, oh my god, I've broken them, and you know, and they cry, and it's all very humbling to actually be witness to them being so vulnerable. But then they have that moment where they just kind of go to almost like shake it off and recognize what they need to do, and kind of you can almost see them stepping into that moment of power where they're like, yeah, I've got this, I've totally got this, and you've kind of helped them get there. I love that. And the next one is kind of connected to that, and that's helping someone see what they've been missing. So it's that same kind of thing where you're doing a reading for someone else and they just have that moment where they're like, oh my god, how did I not see that? You've just like completely opened my eyes and helped me see things in a way that I was just missing. I just anything really when it comes to reading for others that leaves them empowered and like they've got some real value out of it, and just feeling like you've helped somebody in some way, even if it's a tiny way. I think that always makes me happy. Nearly done. Going back through old journals and seeing how far I've come. I really like to go through old journals now and again and see old readings that I've done and old notes that I've taken and stuff, and just seeing how different I am now from where I was. Like, I've got readings that I did back in 2011, 2012, 2013, when I wasn't really studying the tarot as such, but I was reading regularly with a deck, but without really connecting in the way that I do now. And to see where I am now to where I was then it makes me very happy, and it makes me very proud of how far I've come. And I always think that it's nice to be able to look back and see that journey. I really like that. That makes me happy. Number 12 is finding a really good tarot book. I like to read, I like to study. I'm an air sign, I'm a Libra, I'm an air sign. I'm pretty analytical, I'm pretty, into words and that kind of thing. So I love all the intuitive way of learning, but for me, I also really love the book learning and finding a really good book that you just go, oh my god, this book is amazing, and I would have seen it this way, and I never would have thought about it like that, and they've given me all these great ideas of exercises that I can do, and different ways that I can look at these cards, and just there's just something really exciting about finding a book, a tarot book, I mean any book, but for the purposes of this video, a tarot book that you can just kind of really connect with and want to go back to over and over and over again. Yeah, I like that a lot. And the final thing on my list is receiving a new deck, particularly one that you've had on pre-order and that you've been waiting for a while. And I love getting new decks. I do. I love getting new decks. I love unboxing them. I love the smell of them. I love getting to really get into the artwork and really look at all the cards in detail and shuffle them for the first time, and just there's so much joy that comes out of receiving a new deck that it would be remiss of me not to put it on my list, because it's one of the things that I really, really love and really makes me happy about tarot, is that joy of discovering and receiving a new deck. And as I say, particularly one, I've had a few that I've ordered on Kickstarter or that other site that I can never remember the name of, Indiegogo, is that it? And paying for them and then waiting for them is like really, really stressful, but there is a lot to be said for delayed gratification, and when you get them it just feels that extra more, wow, that little bit more special, or that little bit extra special, I guess was what I was trying to say, that extra more. No hope for me, no hope whatsoever. So anyway, those are my 13 tarot happiness things. They're things about the tarot that make me happy. Go check out Amy's video, as I said, I've linked it below and I've linked it in the cards above. If you want to do your own list, that would be fabulous. I would really like to see it. I'm sure Amy would really like to see it too. And I've put the hashtag in the title so that you can put that hashtag tarot happiness, all one word, all lowercase, so that you can join in and we can find your videos. Thank you very much for joining me, everybody, and I will see you all for the next one. Take care and lots of love. Bye bye.